And it's where the big stories live right here. This is Plus TV Africa, and you're watching Teatime, the best entertainment news program on the planet. Yes, that's what I believe. On today's episode, it's the usual trio. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, here with Lakwe Banjo and Ife Oshinkeye. Hello, people.
Hello, did you just call me the Lakwe Banjo?
No.
I insist you introduce me like that from now on.
The Lakwe?
The Lakwe Banjo.
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm the one and only Lakwe Banjo.
But what's your take on plus-size models?
Wow. Where did that come from?
Honestly, because you just blew me away. I'm like,
What is his take on plus size?
I don't know where it's coming from.
Plus-size models.
Sorry?
What's your take on
Why is that so random? Have I missed something?
No, I'm
something.
just asking.
But why plus size models?
Because the stomach made that supermodel on his shirt look like a plus-size
Oh,
model.
you're such an idiot.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
Well, you've got something quite controversial on your top. You've got
Yeah, and he looks like a plus-size model.
as plus size skull. Why have you got Jesus as a skull?
How do you know this
And
is
it's a
Jesus?
crown
Why
of
are you even
thorns.
calling this Jesus?
Well, everybody knows that the only person that has a crown of thorns is Jesus Christ.
So would you say
Well.
that top is blasphemous?
Yeah, that is actually quite offensive. I'm offended as a Christian.
as
How
a
about
Christian
this?
or as
Yeah.
a non-Christian?
but you went for Salah yesterday.
Half of my family's Muslim.
God.
So
We're
Christian,
opening a
Muslim,
can of
Christian,
worms, and it's only the start of the
Is
show.
it like Islam, ma'am?
Sorry, you took him for.
Sorry, you guys have lost me. Can you share the joke
No,
with
he said
everyone?
he doesn't believe I'm Christian, or he thinks I'm a bit of both.
That's what I've been trying to say all morning.
I'm not.
What did you
I'm
say you are?
Christian. I do not denounce my faith. I'm a bit like Leah. I'm
Yes.
Christian, okay?
You are Christian?
Yes. My
Yeah.
family have...
Non-practicing Christian. Thank you very much. We're moving on to our first story.
Thou shalt not judge.
Exactly. So yesterday, we brought you news on Beast of No Nation, striker, who was caught begging on the streets of Ghana. Today, the talent management company has finally responded. Okay, so, if are you going to say I said it? I told you so.
Told you so.
You did. I'll give you
I
that
actually
one.
did, yeah.
Because
so.
Ife was like very
However-
adamant that
Yeah, but
he was
Ife's
not.
allegations weren't true. He didn't run away and he wasn't like naughty or something. It was the fact that he was allegedly...
Were you here in person yesterday, or did you actually watch
No,
the...
he repeated it today.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no.
There I was thinking you actually watched the missed episode.
Oh, no. I didn't get time, so I was too busy having
What, your Salah celebration?
celebrations.
So says the so-called Christian.
What? And you can't... No, for the record,
We're
you
not
can't...
going there.
Yeah, for the
Back to
record
the
there,
story.
You're supposed to unite one Nigeria. We can celebrate both. Anyway, right? So...
But I didn't get the day off.
Oh, that's
Go
a
on.
shame. You can get it next time. Anyway, right, so you said this morning that the reason why the young boy, obviously alluding to the fact
Yeah.
that he was quite wayward. Now, when I read the response from the talent management company, the money was always there. He just had to turn 18 and prove ID.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just
Trust
saying,
fund.
yeah, trust fund. And I'm
Yeah.
also saying that he was also enrolled,
In a Montessori.
yeah, with along with
A private
Abraham.
school.
and-
Yeah.
Atta.
Attar as well, right? And now the difference between the two of them is that his guardian, obviously, the people that he's alleging to be his guardian aren't actually his guardians. Because what he's saying, the Zoe
Yeah.
and the people,
The people he claims
mentioned,
are with
yeah.
his $30,000
aren't
Yeah,
people
are
are
with-
not
not
the
the
people.
ones.
yeah,
with
so
the
something's obviously
$30,000.
happened somewhere.
Because you know he got paid of 1%
of the film.
returns.
Yeah.
from
No, the
movie.
1% is the 30,000.
Yeah, that's
the 30,000. Yeah,
And
that's
he
what I'm
didn't get
saying.
that.
I wonder how
All
much
he
Idris
said was that he
Elba
got
got. I'm
10,000
wondering how much
Ghanaian
Abraham
CDs.
had.
Yeah, imagine how much Abraham attacked and
Exact
Idris
got.
Elba. If he only got 1% and he was like a supporting role, I mean, they must have made
And
loads of
then
money.
that confusion comes up a lot where you said 10,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
There's something they call old Ghana cedis and new Ghana
cities,
cedis.
true.
Now, 1,000 cedis is the new Ghana cedis. The old Ghana cedis, of equivalent of 1,000 cedis, is 1 million Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
So
So
you know
if
what?
someone
all of this affair is really confusing me. Let's
No.
just get for
No,
me
no,
to
no,
understand.
Ife's making a really
no,
good
I know,
point.
I know. What I'm saying
Now,
is, to,
the
no,
point
Ife,
they
wait.
were
what I
making
want to
was-
clarify is that okay, this 10,000 because what they're saying is 10,000 Ghana cedis. Yes?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's
Yes.
saying that.
So, no, hold on. What I'm trying to understand is like the value of that 10,000 Ghana cedis. Can you
Sorry,
give us a
my
rough-
bad. I said 1,000 Ghana cedis is 1 million.
Yeah.
It's actually, in old money, it's 10,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
That makes 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Now, 1,000 Ghana cedis is equivalent to about 110 or 112,000 naira. Do you understand? So for that movie, Jungle Justice, which was the Ghanaian movie, which is starred in, and he claimed they didn't give him the money. They used it to buy him clothes and shoes. They said for the Teen's Choice Award, he had to wear a suit and he had to wear shoes, and they used the red. And I'm talking about just 112,000 naira. Imagine when you buy a suit, a good shoe, and you buy school stuff for a child.
Are you suggesting that they spent all the money he earned on his clothes for the teen?
Well, not all, but most of it is gone because by the time, okay, let's assume we're buying it in Nigeria. By the time he wants to buy a good suit to wear to the Teen's Choice Award.
Are you referring to these 10,000 Ghana cedis or the...
No,
Okay,
for the Jungle Justice. You know, there's
for the
two figures.
Jungle Justice where he said it starred in a Ghanaian movie and the same thing was done to him. He wasn't given the money. They said they used it to buy clothes.
Right.
So what the management company referred to was the 10,000 Ghana cedis it was referring to is old Ghana cedis.
Okay,
because
so the value will not be that much.
Is 1,000 Ghana cedis, which is equivalent to about 112,000 naira.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Essentially, they spent all his money on clothes for the Teen Choice Award.
And for
which still goes back to bad management. How could you let a child who's worked for that money then end up spending it on one award show? I mean, they should have.
They said they got him school stuff as well, but that part I found it difficult to believe because you said you sponsored everything concerning school as well.
I mean,
so what are you still buying for him for school when everything has been paid for and has been settled?
And why should he have to fork out so much money to pay for an outfit?
No, but I'm just saying, like, okay, let's do the maths. Okay. Let's do the maths and let's see how much will be left. 112,000 naira for a good suit for a teenager. You probably buy it like 30,000.
Yeah.
30,000. A good shoe, probably get it like 20,000
naira. Yeah.
So that's about 50K, right? Then for school stuff, if they spend like 20K on school stuff for him, let's say that's 70,000 naira. So what happened to the rest of about 42,000 naira? Do you understand?
Yeah, exactly.
So did they spend 42,000
The point is there's still bad management.
So
and
if you just feel they should be more accountable for every penny they've spent.
That's what I think.
And there should just be a lot more laws, you know, by what's the word I'm looking for?
Guarding
child stars.
Yeah,
because we've heard this story over and over again.
And I'm going to say something very controversial, and I really do not care who comes for me. But Ghanaian men.
Oh God! Don't say that.
Go on. Say it.
Ghanaian men are known to be very lazy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say stingy.
And that too.
Yeah, no, they are. They are. Listen, no,
look at the pair that I've got here.
I can tell you that for free.
I
can tell you
Ghanaian women are very hard working.
It's a very
hold on, guys.
society.
I'm surprised you say that because this is one of those generalizations.
No, this is not
I've dated over 4 different Ghanaian men, and they are exactly lazy.
Well, hints to whoever is listening.
You know, I know Ghanaian men that live with their moms and they get 20 cedis per day. And they live off that. 20 cedis per day is about 1,800.
You guys are going to get my backup. You know I hate generalizations.
No.
This is not generalization.
It's just like saying every Nigerian is stupid or every Nigerian
is... It's a stereotype. They are known. Stereotypes don't come from nowhere.
All right,
I mean, it's just like saying every Nigerian's fraudulent. We know that there's Nigerians.
Generalization. If you check the statistics, go on the web now and look at how many employed Ghanaian men we have and how many employed Ghanaian women we have. I can bet on my last naira.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want all this betting. I want the statistics. If you have from their statistics, from their national statistics.
And also, if somebody can pull that up for me, if somebody can pull that up for me behind the screen now, I'd really appreciate it. Let's see the amount of Ghanaian women. Yeah,
exactly. Then I would pipe down because at the moment, it's just like
Ghanaian men do not like to walk.
No, but what I'm saying is that,
you find bars everywhere. They drink during the day. That's all they do during the day. I'm serious. I almost became a drunk in Ghana.
I am very worried and concerned for all the Ghanaians that are watching right now.
No, I'm sorry.
They're going to be like, seriously.
Comment below if you disagree.
All right, guys. We need to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll be bringing you news on Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and then we'll be right back in precisely 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Egro toto be we no why you know. O by pharmacy ne say go we go to pharmacy.
The shelf life for anything liquid doesn't last more than 2 days.
There's no drug that is a bullet drug that does everything.
Since that time where I carry gonorrhea, I first go hospital first, but it no go. Now I come make that mama. After I use that go, everything don't go.
Why would I want to take an NSC that is not medicinal when I can always take this that is medicinal?
I don't believe in one agbo working for about 10 stores.
Some dey carry small pikin come here. They say maybe my pikin no, he never shit since when I born am like 8 days. I go say carry am go hospital. I no treat it. Because if I give am agbo now, anything can happen.
But once my problem has been solved, what am I going to do at the hospital?
Welcome back. It's Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, and we're about to bring you news on Cardi B, who insults Nicki Minaj in MTV VMA's speech. I don't even know where to start.
They both get on my nerves. Can I just say it? They both annoy me.
It's the bickering. It's been back and forth.
And also, this is the problem. These two women, right, are in two positions of like power, essentially, in the music world, yeah? And they are the ones, right? And this goes out to all other women that just pit themselves against each other. They are the people that give women a bad name. Like, oh yeah, two women can't share the spotlight.
Exactly.
Beyonce has never been like, oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. She's always collaborating with Nicki Minaj. She's the one that was seen hugging Cardi B. Like, she's very, very like, oh, let's do it together.
Yeah.
Even Remy Ma came out and wanted to do a collaboration with Nicki Minaj. When Lil Kim really likes Cardi B. Like, why is it that the two relevant girls in hip hop at the moment are like going at each other? Then the other day at the Grammys, they decided Nicki Minaj send her presents when she gave birth.
No,
I told you all of
she
it.
later denied it.
Okay, but at the Grammys, they made up. And this
At
is
the
what I'm
Met
saying.
Gala, they made
Met
up.
Gala. This is what I'm saying to you. And you remember we were talking about that. I said to you, this is all fake. Like, they're just doing it for the cameras. And this is like, first of all, Nicki Minaj has been going on a ranting spree and bitter spree at the moment. Cardi B always has something to say, and it's always like, why don't you guys just?
She actually said something during the award ceremony and actually used the B word.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Should I take you guys back on like the what will I call it now?
Why can't they just empower each other? I don't get it.
Should I take you back on now this whole thing?
Memory lane.
Let's go back memory lane on now this whole trolling thing.
It's not that far.
Started.
It's just reflection.
No. Hold up. As in, I'm going into Kylie and Travis and Cardi and Nicki.
It was only recently.
Yeah, it's all recent, but I'm just saying, it's still memories. So
Yeah, go
a
on,
couple of days ago.
Please,
Come on with your
dying.
plus size model on
I'm
your
dying.
chest.
And your Jesus Christ. I'm dying to see.
I'm a Muslim. That's blasphemous.
Oh my God. Okay, go on.
Okay, back to what I was saying. I'm talking about Travis Scott, Kylie Jenner. You remember I told you guys that they were supposed to be sitting right in front of
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. No, they were supposed to be sitting behind.
Nicki Minaj.
And hours to the VMAs, they decided to change their seat. And do you know what TMZ reported? TMZ reported that Travis said it is wrong for the #1 artist to be sitting behind
the number
#2
so
in America. So she has gone on a Queen radio to call out Travis, saying that, look, I was joking about this whole thing initially, but
she always does that. Nicki Minaj always.
And everybody that knows me knows that I'm joking about this.
No, you know,
and then you showed me a video earlier today when Nicki Minaj was talking about, where Cardi B was talking about, you can't buy fans, you can't buy love, you can't buy things that there are record labels that if you can buy a #1 for your artist, then buy a #1 for your artist, but you can't do all of that. So her speech at the VMAs was more like still relating to that video of her Instagram live,
about
saying
the
like
whole thing about Nicki
she
Minaj
gets genuine love, she has genuine fans that show her love and all of that, and that is something that God has given her, and you can buy.
Yeah, that's the B word we were talking
Yeah,
about.
but this is my thing, right?
So,
based on what you're saying right now, I still feel like I'm a Nicki Minaj fan, by the way. I'm not a Cardi B fan, even though I like her music. I'm more of a Nicki Minaj fan. Okay. Now, the reason why Nicki Minaj gets on my nerves when she does this is because she rants, sounds bitter, it sounds like a spoilt brat that's throwing her toys out, and then says it's a joke. You know, she said this about, what's her name, Miley Cyrus, when she came out and was like basically bullying Miley Cyrus on stage. Said she was joking. Mariah Carey, has an issue.
What she said Travis should be getting. That
PET.
no,
PET, go on.
no. He said he should be getting the HOE Award of the Week. That since he's taking it personal, then he should be getting the HOE Award of the Week.
And this is my issue. Like, if we're not friends, and if you haven't said it to me, then it's not a joke. It's not. You're going out. You're publicly saying it. You're calling me and
And you know what, Travis? I think they're all just being petty because Travis went on stage after his performance, and the next thing he did was like, "Thank you very much, everyone, and I got the #1 album in the country."
Yeah,
just to reinforce.
Just to let everybody know that, look.
She needs to take several seats.
And that was because she said she spoke to Travis, and Travis knows he doesn't have the #1 album in the country at the moment. Do you understand? So he had to enforce it and let you people know that, look. And then she said, "Oh, Auto-Tune Man." She referred to him as Auto-Tune Man in another tweet. Auto-Tune Man is out here selling sweaters and saying he sold 500,000 in records.
She's so annoying. Like, she's really annoying.
But do you know the sweetest part of this whole thing? What Kylie and Travis did. Like, we can't be sitting behind the #2.
And this is what's this? She's the youngest on Forbes as well, Kylie.
Kylie, yeah.
Yeah. So they both definitely can't be sitting behind Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
she
no,
should just
I think they were just.
She should
being
just take
petty.
all her BET awards and just be happy.
But okay, now we've been going real trivial about this whole thing. But one thing I have to take away from what you said is women not supporting each other.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Women always try to pull each other down. You know, I've always said it's like when two pretty women are in a room, you would always
Okay, but
know.
on that note, I don't know where you're going with that because
You had that a moment ago, and now
I
you
had
just
that,
like
and then you just lost me because the whole pretty thing to me is silly. Like,
it's just the truth.
No. Okay.
I've noticed that when two pretty women
You know, this
in a
is what the
room.
story that came up before they met at the Met Gala and they started chatting, you know, because they were saying two people at each other's throats. And I was using this example where when Oprah was the talk show queen and Roseanne was next in line, they were saying both of them were at each other's throats, you know. So they made up, I think, purposely because of this Met Gala thing.
Same as here, when like the whole like Tiwa Savage.
Exactly. And so they made
Gabrielle
that effort.
Union and Jada.
But I watched another
Jada
American
Pinkett.
analysis, and then they feel like this might all be publicity stunt
And that,
to sell,
to sell records.
records for Travis and also for Nicki at the moment.
Okay, round up. We're only running
Listen,
out of
they
time.
all need to stop bickering. They all need to empower each other. Cardi B, go look after your baby and chill. Nicki Minaj, focus on getting you, like, you know, your fans back because she's losing me at this point.
All right,
And there's enough space for two female rappers to succeed.
For more than two female rappers.
All right, still to come on the program, a couple of fresh entertainment stories. That's all taking place right after this break.
That money will shoot every person that we know can shoot. We don't let people die there.
You could have killed me for a long period of time.
Since that time why I carry gonorrhea. I first go hospital first, but it no go. Now I come make that mama.
He just pulled it, he pointed and shot.
What is the soul of a man?
They suffer too much. They suffer too much.
Issues around the Nigerian police, we have to tackle it holistically.
Welcome back. It's Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. And we're moving on to our next story, which is on Ike Ogbonna, who drags a nosy troll who thinks his marriage has crashed. Okay, so another busy bee, or what you like. a nosy Parker at work here, honestly. Anyway, who wants to react first?
Listen, I'm so over trolls. Like, I don't know why did he respond? Like, why? Why do you have to respond to that?
It irked him a bit.
Yeah, it irked him a bit, but it wasn't on his page, it was on his wife's page.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, for him to have actually responded.
I guess he came to her rescue or whatever. And also, in fairness to her, she has come under a lot of attack from Nigerian women. Like, sorry, I take that back. Nigerians, full stop. Her dressing, you know, her race, her body, like, she's a hot girl. Like, and obviously they're married, they have kids together. You don't think she's hot?
What?
Why did you shake your head? You know,
He's very
I
hot.
was just imagining a lot of other things. Sorry.
You are
I
so
was lost for a
disgusting.
minute.
Exactly.
Anyway, right. So like, I feel like that's why he's naturally very protective over her. Also, my brother,
don't
shout
come
out
for
to
me.
you, Ayo. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put you on blast. But my brother's ex-girlfriend was from another country within Africa, and he was always the same.
Spill.
No, this is my family.
All
he
right,
was
okay.
he was always very like protective over her. He used to get on my nerves a bit. But obviously I understand because when you throw somebody that's an outsider,
Where was she from?
another country.
In Africa.
Yeah.
Where?
Another country.
Have you not been listening?
Anyway, right.
I tried to.
No, I'm saying where exactly.
And that's why I asked her a minute ago, and
My
she said
mum
she
watches the show. I'm not going to put my family.
Ghana.
It's not Ghana. Anyway, right.
But evidently, and obviously, she was very pretty. She was very hot.
No, yeah, she was very, very pretty. Oh, I really miss you. Anyway, so I shouldn't have said that. Can you
I know.
Anyway, right. So she, she obviously in the midst. No, he's not. He's with someone else. Anyway, right, in the midst
Is she hotter?
Can you guys stop getting involved in my Anyway, right, so she, whenever she was in the midst of, like, our family or Nigerians, like, he always felt naturally very territorial over her because, I mean, if you look at it from her position, like, she's the outsider. And Nigerians are a bit intimidating, like, let's not lie. So, I can understand where IK's coming from.
I concur.
In the same...
Yes,
I understand where IK's coming from in the sense that he needs to protect her. And she's not even black. Like, where's she from? Argentina.
She's mixed race, isn't she?
Excuse me, or somewhere.
She's mixed race.
Yeah, she's from outside of Africa. But so, and also, you know, cultures are different, cultural differences. And I feel like Nigerians aren't open to other cultures in general. Like, for example, like she's very provocative with the way she dresses. She's got a very voluptuous body.
Yeah.
And, you know,
she shows it off.
She's not, is she?
No, I'm talking about...
no, I'm talking about
okay.
Sonia.
I thought you
Is her
were
name
talking
Sonia?
about your brothers.
No. We've moved on from that.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, she's very...
Wakey. What's going on?
No. Like, I really want to know where she's from.
I'll tell you after. Anyway, right, so, like, she was very...
Does she dress
dress
provocatively?
You're acting like the troll. You're being nosy. You're nosy. Anyway, as you can see, she's very hot. She's very voluptuous. You know, she's not the typical Nigerian woman.
What's the meaning of voluptuous?
Voluptuous, curvy. You know.
Oh, really?
We're not going there. Laxi, make your point. Lakwe, please, make your point. We haven't got time.
Now,
guys.
anyway, right. The point I'm trying to make is that, you know, the cultural difference, and that means that, you know, there's certain things that she would get away with in her country that was not acceptable here. And generally, women that look like her are tend to, you know, told to be cover up. And she's the opposite. And she's married to an actor. She's not going to, like, cover herself up if he's going to go out and go for the same kind of women. But anyway, I see where IK is coming from. However, I feel like celebrities, especially in Nigeria, need to stop responding to Nigerian trolls. They're like the most uneducated, illiterate, bored and jobless people online.
Do you think he should have responded on his wife's, on the wife's stuff?
No, he shouldn't have responded full stop.
Full stop. All
like,
right.
I'm sure they
Let
get
me
it every
quickly go
day.
to Ife then. Ife,
Well,
your take.
I agree with Lakwe 100%, so I really do not have anything to say on this one because she just said everything. She took the words right out of my mouth.
Wow, that is a first.
Yeah, but I would still like to know where your brother.
Oh, we're not going to go.
Is she voluptuous and curvy?
Of course.
She's not.
She's not.
No.
What? She's skeletal.
Guys, can we please move on?
What's the meaning of curvy?
I don't know. Google it.
Are you curvy?
We're moving on. I think we should move on at this point. Yes. Our final story this afternoon is regarding Madonna's response to criticisms that followed her Aretha Franklin tribute at the VMAs. So this was another story that we brought. That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday and the day before that.
Yeah, and I was saying,
and
you
the
know,
day
that
before,
there was
before the day before that.
and I was saying that there was a backlash, you know, against Madonna, but you didn't seem to, you hadn't seen it until much later.
Yeah, until the following day when I watched it, I read what she said, and I felt okay. She was using a story to explain how important Aretha was. Yeah. Then I watched it, and I saw that it was all about Madonna. And then it was later, like,
let's use the term that everyone's using, the Madonna monologue. That's what they called it.
But do you know now I'm back on her side? Okay. After
she's responded.
She responded.
And then if the trolls come back to her, then you're going to be on their side. If
No. This time I'm back on her side because
are you back on her side for good?
Yeah, I'm back on her side for good because she has told us, and BMAs have not denied it, that they did not tell her to come and do a tribute to Aretha Franklin. She was supposed to do an anecdote.
And that's why the
and
picture
that was what she did.
And that's why the picture caused so much confusion, because the picture came up as soon as she was coming up, which made it look like she was going to give a tribute. And then, you know, usually when you give a tribute, it's all about the person that's dead, not yourself.
Yeah.
So it sounded like she was
but an anecdote was a story, an experience that led.
She has,
you understand? So I totally understand. So if they asked her to give an anecdote and she did exactly that, that would then she.
But if you know you can give an anecdote in 1 minute.
Yeah, and which was what she said. She said that you don't expect me to give a tribute
in 2 minutes
to someone like Aretha Franklin in 2 minutes. That's even very, 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 very disrespectful to someone like Aretha Franklin, because 2 minutes is not enough for a tribute to a superstar, to the queen of soul, an icon like that. No, 2 minutes is not enough. So I totally agree with Madonna, and I'm back on her side.
Can we discuss the comments?
Please, and before we discuss, I want to actually, where do you stand with
Madonna's cleared herself up, right?
Yeah,
and
so are you...
I feel like the duty of care, the people that should be held responsible for this are the VMAs, because they caused this confusion. They told her what she was coming up for. She came up with the idea of coming up for, like you said, the anecdote, and then she gets up there. There's a picture of Aretha. You know, people are quite emotional about that right now, and she goes on about herself. And then on top of that, she's had to come and clarify, you know, react to it herself. So I think the VMA should be held accountable for this. Now, where do I stand? I think this is going to shock you, but I think that people are jumping on the bandwagon, because a lot of the comments I saw was that, oh, this is a typical example of how, you know, white people try to take away black people's shine, and, you know, white people, you know, this is a typical example of a white lady trying to claim that, you know, her success through a black person's story and blah, blah, blah. And yes, that can be true in certain cases where our culture is, you know, wrongly appropriated, but not in this case, because clearly, you know, she wouldn't do that to someone like Aretha Franklin. And we now know that she was there for an anecdote, not a tribute. And they should have made it a lot more clearer as to why she was coming up, as opposed to just making everybody assume that she was giving a tribute. And I think that's what caused a lot of the confusion. And this is why there's so much backlash.
But do you think they should have actually specified? Because if she wants to come out and give a tribute, she could have given a tribute if she wanted to.
Yeah,
and then, no, hold on. If
but she wasn't even in the right position to give a tribute to
No, what I'm saying is that if that's what she wanted to do, I think she would have prepared herself and then done it to the best of her ability.
Not even that.
I don't think you agree so much to me saying that Madonna shouldn't, she's not in the right position to even give a tribute, even if they had asked her.
All right, guys, we haven't got long. No. We need to round up. We're pushed for time. So who wants to have the final say on this?
I think, I just think that the VMA should have really cleared this up because of possible, you know, backlashes like this. I mean, especially someone like Madonna, who's also an icon in her own right.
Yeah. They called her the Queen of Pop and called her the Queen of Soul. All right, and that's where we draw the curtains today on the afternoon show. Join us tomorrow for more episodes of Tea Time. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors, the entire production team, and our stylist courtesy of Kudi Empire. I'm Tokumbo Tairo, saying thanks for watching and have yourself a good evening.